Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and in this video I'm going to cover both Mount Rushmore National Memorial and the Crazy Horse Memorial. They're about 18 miles from each other, and it's not going to make for a long video, so I'm going to combine them together in this one. So come along right now and I'll show you the Mount Rushmore first. They have this big map on the wall in the information center, which is right here at the entrance, and then you go further up to the Grand View Terrace, and this is the visitor centers on the left and right there. So from the Grand View Terrace you can get a good view of the presidents, or if you want to, you can take this hiking trail that goes up to the base of the mountain so you can get a closer look and directly underneath. They also light them up at night. I'm not going to be able to see that. Well, I could, but I don't want to have to come back later tonight to see them in the dark lit up, but that would be nice, I'm sure. Here's some more info on the trail, and it says partially accessible to the disabled. So I guess maybe that could only get you a certain distance up the trail. Here's a bust statue of the sculptor. They have a full list here of the workers on it. It was open to the public 1941. Well, folks, it turns out I am not here at a good time. They have got this blocked off. You can see what it says here. So this is the best view you can get from here, and the visitor center is back behind this fence. You can see guys working on something back there. Well, actually there's a much better view over here off to the right where you see all these people are. You can see it much better here. I'm going to go up to George Washington, zoom in, and you can see the top of his lapel, his coat there. I know that the original plan was to do that for all four presidents, and in fact I read that they had planned on carving all the way down their chest, but all they ended up doing was just doing that part of the way for Washington. Jefferson, Roosevelt, Theodore Roosevelt, and Lincoln. Now I've been here once before, like 28 years ago I think it was, and there was a lot of stains on them at that time. I guess they clean it up from time to time. Statues carved out of rock like that tend to get stained, and you see drippings down from their eyes. It looks like they're crying. So they've got it pretty nicely cleaned up now. So I'm going to start from the right and pan over to the left so you can see the whole mountain top there. Let me get a good frame here. One more zoom in.
I'll be right back. All right. Yeah.
I'm back in here, and I started to go on that trail, but it's a mile around, and it goes up and down, and quite a bit of elevation increase. So I don't feel like doing that. So I am just going to be happy with this view. And by the way, Once you have purchased one of these national park land passes, you're supposed to be able to get free admission to all national park properties. And coming into here, there's a sign that says admission is free for everybody. However, there's a $10 parking fee. So there actually is no such thing as getting in here for free. It's costing me $10. So I personally feel that's kind of a dirty trick after purchasing my park pass. So now I'm going to head off to Crazy Horse. By the way, you don't really need to go in and park to see the carvings. As you're driving along, there are several spots where you can get a good view of all four presidents. And at this one particular pull-off here on the road, you get a really nice profile of Washington. This is the Crazy Horse Visitor Center, which is a really large visitor center. And look at this. They have an Indian motorcycle. Imagine that. And they are rattling it off. I gotta say, that is a beautiful piece of machinery. And a teepee over here. Let's see what's inside the teepee. Well, we got a fire going, and an Indian and his squaw, whatever that is, and that is about it. Oh, electrical lighting. Never seen a teepee with electrical lighting before. And here is a statue of Chief Joseph. But you've never seen a bison that colorful. Oh, and have a gift shop. What a surprise. In the back of the gift shop is this room they call the Wall of Windows. I guess that is like a Hall of Fame, those pictures. And the Wall of Windows here gives you a really good view of the monument from the indoors. Look at that right there. And the head. So this looks like the best place to see it from the Wall of Windows here. And you can see up here they've got some equipment, a truck, where they're working on it there. And by the way, you can take a tour to go to the top of it right there. See those people there? I bet they're tourists. And there's some more machinery. And I heard what they're doing now is working on the end of it right there to create the hand and the finger that's pointed out. The hand of Crazy Horse is what they're concentrating on working on. And what's really disappointing to me is that I was here about 28 years ago. And when I saw it then, I swear it doesn't look any different now than it did then. And I know they have been working on this thing just for ages and ages. And I don't know, it just seems to me like they have not made any progress at all on it, and at least not that I can tell. Maybe they have a lot, they must have, but I gotta tell you, I don't see it. And here is a 1/300th scale model of what it is supposed to look like when it's finished. So you can compare that to that. See the finger, the pointed finger? I said that's what I was told that's what they're working on now, is that hand and finger. And I can also give you a view from the back. I guess this is what the back of it is supposed to look like also. But at this rate, it seems like it's going to take 100 to 200 years to get that thing finished. And I suspect the holdup in construction is just due to funds in paying the workers to do it. I think all the money to finance this just comes from donations and this visitor center. It costs $12 per vehicle to get in, $7 for a motorcycle, which I'm on, and their profits from the restaurant and gift shop. If there's any other funding, there probably is, but I don't know what it is. And out back here they have this 1/34th scale model in white. And let's see what it says over here. Here's some details of the sizes of things. This picture shows how the statue will fit into the rock once they have it finished. Here's a grand scale model. This is the parking lot and visitor center. And you can see the Crazy Horse Mountain over there. And looks like there's a lot of housing here. And then, is that a football stadium? Looks like it to me. Huh. Interesting. This is the building where they have that grand property model there with a lot of other things on display. And here is what they call the sculptor's studio. So there's various things in here, a lot of sculpting and furniture and such. There's some wooden sculptures and a harp and a piano. So, you know, I was just thinking of Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse. There's a lot more to see, a much more presentation here. Actually, what I just showed you was the sculptor's home. This is the studio and workshop building. More sculptures along the walls here. Let's see what this is. Yeah, this is much more of a workshop. And they have a stagecoach. Deadwood Cheyenne Stage. How about that? Oh, and a bunch of drums up here. And here's another big building that they call the Native American Sculpture Education Center. Maybe they give classes here. Here's another sculpture called the Fighting Stallions. Well, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this video of Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse. Please let me know in the comments below. Good day, folks.